Located east of Kampala in Kira municipality, the Mandela Stadium in Namboole opened its doors to much fanfare in 1997 and was named for former South African President Nelson Mandela. Built to host sports events, it has now embraced church services, entertainment shows, and political gatherings. However, before the finals of the Masaza Cup between the eventual winners Bulemeezi over Busiro, a heavy downpour dampened the mood, leaving the stadium flooded in some sections. Our visit to the stadium discovered cases of encroachment by people around it, some broken windows, fading doors, flooded toilets, dirty walls, as well as waning seats, among others. The managing director of Mandela National Stadium, Sewanyana, acknowledges that the facility is in a bad state, but blames the situation on activity for over 2 decades without any renovations.
The stadium, this structure is not in a good shape. It's old, 24 years. As you can see, this was a stadium that is supposed to be a 40,000 seater, all covered with seats. But the project, this is what the project could do.
Following the Masaza Cup final, the stadium management took a stand directive to close it for any other games to help it regain its usual form.
We took a decision a week ago to rest the pitch so that it can recover. And you all know we've been in a rainy season, and that rainy season, the challenge is coupled with having very many users. We have 3 clubs that we host, then we have 2 of the big league, but we also have sports galas, so everyone is gunning to use the stadium.
But Machindi West MP Alan Sewanyana says the Mandela Stadium problems are much bigger, especially with the poor drainage system, which makes it harder to dry after very heavy downpour.
It was constructed in a swampy area, and the skills used then to construct or do that turf where we play football from were the skills of then, of almost 20 and above years before. But now there are more skills, there are more technology, there is better technology.
We have learned that the stadium last received a minor facelift in 2012 ahead of an African Cup of Nations qualifier against Zambia. For now, management is carrying out minor works to prepare for an African Cup of Nations qualifier against Malawi. In just a few days, this turf here is going to be hosting Uganda Cranes versus Malawi Flames. The big question is the preparations that are underway. Will they be done by 17th November when we shall be watching this big game? FUFA Communications Manager Ahmed Hussein admits the challenges of carrying out the task, but is hopeful all will be well by then.
But we've been assured, we've got the assurance from the management of Mandela National Stadium. The pitch will be in playable conditions come 17th of November when the Uganda Cranes play host to.
But Sewanyana believes things will only get better if they get at least 10 billion shillings, the money needed to lift the condition of the facility to acceptable standards.
Maybe $150,000 to have all these chairs. That's not the money we earn, okay? That's about maybe 600 million shillings, which as a stadium in our revenues we cannot.
In the meantime, he advises government to set up other stadia across the country to decrease the pressure on Mandela Stadium.
So we need more stadia across the country. The good thing already there is infrastructure which can be enhanced to a level of maybe 10,000 capacity or 8,000. But if you had more of these, of 40,000 capacity across the country like 4, it would also boost football or sports.
Sometime back, Parliament noted that the stadium was on the verge of a financial collapse after more than a decade of mismanagement. Sewanyana, who is also the shadow cabinet minister for sports, is upset that the government continues to ignore pleas to upgrade the facility.
But as government, they should take over the management of Namboole Stadium, they should take over the financing of Mandela National Stadium, creating a bigger budget for this stadium, and in that sense we can see something going on and developing further.
For now, the best stadium in the land is Anaisoa, and it is not certain when this facility, constructed as a $2.8 million grant from the government of China, will finally shine again. Stephen Mbidde, NTV.